Oh snap, here we go. So it looks like I'm live. It's been a little bit before I've done this, but look, this video is about web design. So if you've ever felt frustrated to the point where you want to punch a web designer in the face, this is the video that you want to watch. In this video, I'm going to tell you about why that old process doesn't work, and I'm also going to tell you about what you can do about it. I'm going to tell you about a proven process that absolutely, positively works in helping you develop an award-winning website, one that generates leads for you predictably. Hi, my name is Jaleel Manns. I am the CEO and founder of High Velocity Global. Now, I'm a web design veteran. I actually started in 1991. And my first website was for a local family church, right? 1991 was the inception of it all, the .com rush, as they called it. And during this .com rush, everybody was buying websites. Nobody knew. I mean, we all knew it was the next best thing. We knew it was the next big thing, but we didn't exactly know where everything was going. So from there, what we want to do is we want to first make sure that, we're very clear on what's wrong with the old process, what's right about the new process. And then we're also going to talk about what is going to be good for you. So just to give you a little more insight, about 2006, I transitioned to digital marketing, really. A lot of my clients were asking me to teach them Facebook, Twitter, what is all the social media stuff? This is a new hot thing. People were trying to abandon websites. Well, that's not necessarily the best angle. So I started working in 2009 or so, started working on the 11 sales and marketing related certifications that I've had. I've spent over $30,000 of my own dollars out of my own pocket on my education. This has been, that was also the culmination of hundreds of websites that I was able to push out through several companies to help small business owners. So next, we're just going to dive right into this. So first, we're going to start with the old way, right? I talked about briefly the old way of web design. Now, the one thing that is really strange about that is what used to work in the past does not work anymore. Relying on your web designer to create content for you, to create a sitemap, all of that is pretty much unacceptable these days, right? And the reason why is because as a web designer myself, I understand what ends up happening, right? I come up with a great template or come up with a good design, I'm ready to go, and then the client is still working on content, right? And this is the perspective of a lot of web designers, so don't get pissed off yet, right? So the problem is that for a regular web designer who doesn't really do a strategy session with you, don't send you wireframes, things of that nature, the project is destined to be off track, right? It's going to go off the rails at some point or another because it's not structured enough. It's not a structured enough process. So what has to happen is that old way has to go away. And what I discovered back in 2009 was I discovered a fix for that web design process. Now, it worked great for me for about 3 or 4 years, but that wasn't the end all. Now, that fix that I came up with was I was doing a website promotion. They were called All the Way Live for $4.95. And I was cranking out these websites, $495, guaranteed 7 days or less, or your money back. And a lot of people didn't realize I started my business probably mid-October 2009. And from there, what I did was I started collecting the content first from the clients. Once I had that, I was able to build out a template or a design, plug in all the pages, all the information, and launch within 7 days. It was amazing. A lot of people couldn't figure out in 2009 how I was able to do 22 websites from beginning early, mid-October until the end of the year. And that process helped quite a bit. But websites have also evolved. And that's where I want to kind of lead into the new way of doing business. Now, the new way of doing business so that we can keep clients happy and really have them be involved in the process is that we do a digital strategy session first. And what we do is we figure out how we can launch a Launchpad website. Right, a Launchpad website is your basic, bare bones, the equivalent of a 5-page or basic website package, right? And the only thing that really goes into this website is the bare essentials of what we need to launch a website. And by doing that, our clients can be very happy with the process because they're not waiting 6 months, they're not waiting a year, 3 months, whatever it is for a website. We're actually able to get this website online fairly quickly, within 60 days or less. And then from there, what we do is we work proactively using the data that we collect from Facebook, Google, the website analytics, to actually craft a website that's going to be usable for the users, that people are going to actually enjoy using, and that's going to help advance all of these website visitors to the end goal, which is to spend money, right? So that's really where we've been able to make a lot of progress with our website design. So, this is where you get frustrated. Your web developer really has to crank out volume, especially if you got a good deal on your website. You got a, website for a few $100s. You didn't spend a few thousand, tens of thousands, 20,000, right? And if you're dealing with a web developer like that, if they're doing $500 websites, for example, $750, right? They don't have a lot of time to work with you. And even though they may want to, they won't, because the truth is, after their expenses on a, say, $500 website, let's say $200 to $300 of that is expenses, that web developer only has about $200 left, and they've got to go out and find the next project. So how could you help that developer, right? If you need your website pretty quickly, it would be a great move for you to first kind of map out your website and say, okay, you know what, these are the pages that I want. Here are some images that I want to add to those respective pages. And I want these pages in this order to lead to more sales for us, right? And to help attract more leads to our business. So that involves a lot of gray cells, a lot of brain power, right? For you to kind of map that out and then be able to hand that to a developer. So what I've been doing is I've been helping business owners put together a process. Either, you could work with me on the strategy and then take that to your favorite web developer. I'm perfectly fine with that. And then if you decide to go a different way, and decide to work with us, well, the thing is, from there is we would take all of that content. We would take the sitemap, the wireframes, everything for that website. And then we would take that and convert that into one of our Launchpad websites, a basic website that starts rather quickly and is done within 60 days or less. From that point forward, working with our team or whatever team you like, it doesn't really matter, right? It's up to you who you want to work with. From there, you can then make intelligent decisions based on data, like I said earlier, from Facebook, Google, your web analytics, for example, to figure out, where people are actually going on your page, right? Which pages are they going to? Which ones are they spending the most time on? Which pages are actually leading to your sales, or what's called marketing attribution? So there's a lot going on here. So what we've covered so far is we've covered, the old way. You've got web developers who are trying to knock out websites really cheap. And what happens is they have to do the volume approach and they have to move on. So they're not going to have time. It's not going to be a great experience. Probably not doing any strategy session or wireframing up front. Instead, they're just trying to push it so that they can get to the next contract. The way that we talked about it in the summary is we talked about the strategy session first, a quick Launchpad website done in 60 days or less. And then thirdly, using all of the data that we gather using heat mapping tools and analytics tools to make intelligent database decisions on how we're going to grow this website. Because what I'm finding is a lot of companies are not updating their website for a year and a half, 2 years, 4 years, 5 years. Shoot, we've got a client that hasn't updated since 2009. They really love the website. Things have worked great. I can't remember the last time we got a call to fix the website. So they're pretty happy. They're pretty happy with it, and it's working for them. But in your case, if you want to continue to grow, your business changes, your model changes, your customers' thought process and decision-making process changes, you need to be prepared to advance with that. So what I'd like to do is, now that I've covered all of those things, obviously I'm in the business of making money, right? So what I want to do is I want to offer you the opportunity to do a free consultation with me. During this free consultation, you'll be able to ask me questions that you would like to ask me pertaining to web design and your project and your development and how we can help you get that, get that over the line, get it over the finish line so you can get that website done. And even if you haven't started your project yet and you're thinking about getting a website done and you want to talk to a professional, a trained, seasoned 22-year veteran at websites to help you put it together, I can help. So in the description of this video, I'm going to share a little information with you. One is going to be the phone number to High Velocity Global. You can reach High Velocity at 832-706-0711. And on top of that, you can go ahead and click on the link in the description. The link there is app.hubspot.com/meetings/my name, Jaleel, Jaleel. And if you use that link, you can go ahead and schedule a time to go ahead and talk to me. So you'll get this consultation. We'll talk strategy. We'll talk about where you are now, where you want to be, and then we'll come up with a plan on exactly how we can get you a lead generation website put together, one that's going to be a stellar representation of your company and help you grow your business. So I really appreciate you spending time to take a look at this video about how how you can overcome the troubles of dealing with web developers that are a problem. So I'm going to go ahead and type in these links for you in the chat. I'm not really sure if these are going to show up, but hey, we're going to give it a try anyway. So first, I'm going to plug in my meetings link. If you see that, my meetings link is in the chat here. And then you can also reach us at 832-706-0711. And call that number, and Ms. Jackson will help you schedule an appointment and help you schedule that consultation so that you can meet with us. So I really want to thank you for the time that you spent on this YouTube. Appreciate you taking 12 minutes and almost 30 seconds at this point out of your day just to hear how you can remedy this web design issue. So I want to encourage you to like, comment, and share. Please like the channel on YouTube so that you can be notified every time we either go live or post a new video. I also want to encourage you to visit the website at highvelocityglobal.com. I'm going to go ahead and type that in to the chat as well. And we want you to encourage you to visit that website. So once you do that, there's a call already. So I want you to visit the website. Lots of great information on the blog. And then also we want you to follow our page there and give us a call. You can schedule your consultation from there. So take a look at all the great information on our blog, the videos, and you'll find some information that you need. If you don't, feel free to leave a comment. Go to our contact us page and leave me a note. All right. Thanks a lot. Talk to you soon.